buddy. Louder. I don't know what's going on.
Did anybody notify Pete that we're on?
No, I did not.
Are you doing that now, Dan?
No, I'm just changing my name to my Twitter handle.
How do I can change my name in here? We also
the
studio.
So underneath the screen, you should see like a little box of you.
Uh-huh.
Are you using a computer or your phone?
Computer.
Okay. So on that little box where you see those three little dots.
Oh, edit name. Look at that.
Wow. Are we really doing that right now? Is that what we've been doing this for how long on this platform?
Well, to be fair, he hasn't really had much of a neat reason to change his name.
You change your name every week.
Well, yeah, right, but when I come in, I never change it during that. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I just wanted to do that. I'm going to put it back to where it was.
I was calling this Nick Chubb week because.
You think we're going to not pass this week?
Well, Houston is the worst team in the NFL against the run, so that would be smart. But
yes,
that's not what our coaching staff always does. So who knows? Yeah,
I know that they probably sat down and they went, all right, hey, look, here's the stats on Houston. They are the worst in the league right now against stopping the run. What is our plan to throw the ball?
Yeah. They're the worst in the league at stopping the run. Our quarterback hasn't played football in almost 2 years. We should probably throw the ball 45 times.
How are we looking on our punt team? We should punt more on second down.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's funny on the fantasy football on the fantasy football podcast I listen to. They're just referring to him as Voldemort. You know, which I think is pretty good. They've been doing it for several weeks now, talking about Voldemort's return coming soon. And I like it. I think it's good. I might get a jersey with Voldemort on the back of it.
I don't know. I think
Number
that's
4?
still, you know what it is you're saying.
Yeah. Or I'll just get a jersey that says Dan Brown's hero.
Can we get it instead of Deshaun Watson? Can we get a number 12 for Colt McCoy?
No.
No.
No, you have to.
No. We know that you like Colt McCoy, but you never stated that Colt McCoy was your hero that you admire. Yeah. Hey, John, where's your hat?
What the fuck?
That's not the right hat.
I don't know what's going on.
You're not wearing your painter's hat. Is that
Dan,
street?
How is it? Yeah, Dan. You're normally on the road when we do this. Oh, he just left. Okay, maybe we can get him back. Yeah,
I know one of our viewers is going to think.
I feel like Dan. I feel like Dan's normally on the road when we do this, and his connection's somehow better when he's on the road.
When he's in the parking lot of some fucking Red Roof Inn.
Yeah. Then it is at his house. I don't get it. Oh man,
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of things happened. First of all, I guess we gotta wait until I want to wait until Dan gets back. Oh shit! Are you hosting tonight? Let's just we'll do some time fills. So you're hosting tonight at Funny Stop?
I am hosting tonight at Funny Stop with Nick Griffin, who is a great New York City comic. He's like a legend in New York. So
Nick Griffin is a fantastic comedian.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That is awesome. We were filling some time while you were gone.
Oh, what were you talking about?
We were talking about how you seem to have better internet when you're in the parking lot in your home than you do at your house.
Well, that's because I have T-Mobile for my internet service at home, and
Uh-huh.
I have T-Mobile for my phone service when I'm gone. And apparently, when you're in 5Gs in like a good area, it works out. I believe John Brown is hosting the shows tonight at the Funny Stop.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt, so I was just pointing to myself.
Yeah.
Well, it's really hard to point to yourself in this small of a screen.
I know you really have to either have the camera far enough away or get your fingers in really close.
That's what she said.
No, man. Yeah. Your internet does suck, Dan. But we'll get it going. Mine does too. Honestly, I want to switch. to Verizon at home internet, but it's not available in my neighborhood yet. So,
all right. Well, hey, while you were gone, I was going to ask this question.
Go ahead.
The game last week. What did y'all think? What were your thoughts, Mr. We'll start with Dan Brown. What was your thoughts on the game last week?
Good game. Defense didn't look as disgusting as usual. And I mean, what can you say? Jacoby played a good game, and what a good way for the guy to go out on top.
Yeah.
If that is his last starting game as a Cleveland Brown, he won it, won in dramatic fashion, was very, very selfless. That he throw them one, that he's still just as excited,
right?
And I'm going to be cheering for Jacoby on whatever team picks him up next year.
Yeah, I thought the commentators sucked, as always. But like the one guy was like, Jacoby Brissett has really played his heart out this season. He's looked really good, and I think he's earned a chance to be a starter on whatever team wants to pick him up next year. And I'm like, he's been in the league for a decade, man. He's not like he's talking about him like he's a rookie or something. Like he's like trying to earn a spot in the league. I'm like, he's earned his spot in the league. He's been in the league for a decade, dude. Like, but yeah, good game, good ending.
Really?
Now we're just waiting to see if.
Oh wow! Look at this. I'm between two guys with shitty internet.
Hey. My internet is on one.
That should be the name
of
the podcast.
Correct. That is right.
That should be the podcast.
I've never had problems with the internet up here. I think Dan's internet is fucking with my internet.
Bleeding over.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Did my internet give your internet COVID?
I think so. But my final thought on the game last week was that we made it to where we weren't mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, and now we're just waiting to see if Dan's hero can win every game the rest of the way out and take us to the Super Bowl.
I was going hunting last week, and I was going to leave after the game, and then it got right to I can't remember. Was that late in the third quarter on that fourth down that Jacoby hit Cooper right in the chest all by himself and he dropped it? That's when I said,
yes, that was shocking.
That's when I said, man, I need to get in the car and head down to the camp. And so I listened to the rest, but I listened to the rest of the game on the radio.
Yeah.
Which it's always better to listen on the radio. The guys on the radio are phenomenal, much better than those people on television. And I have to say, I was not happy that they weren't on the 2-yard line, that they weren't just going to kick a field goal and end it. That they were going to try to run it in. That's generally when catastrophe, the iceberg comes out of the darkness and hits us. I just fully expected something catastrophic to happen.
Yeah, I lost Dan again, and I don't know. I that was a shocking moment. I thought when Amari Cooper dropped that pass, that was like, holy shit, because he never drops passes, and that was
not like crazy. That. I mean, not like that. Come on, it was right there. How does that? happened? You
They're
know,
like he wasn't. They're like he wasn't looking upfield. We don't really know why he dropped the pass, and it's like he doesn't either.
know why? Well, I saw him
Yeah.
when you watched his body language when that ball hit the ground. You knew he couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
couldn't believe that it happened, and I couldn't either. But I did take it as a sign that I should just get up and leave.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the game this Sunday. I might see if my brother wants to watch it or somewhere over my dad's house or something. I don't know, but
Is the game
I
at
know
1 or is it at 4?
it might be at 4 because it's in Houston, but I'm not sure. Houston's not east. Houston's not West Coast. They're only an hour behind us. So I don't think it's a time thing. If it is,
No. I think they're trying to bury the game. I don't think they really want a whole bunch of attention drawn to it.
no, it's 1 o'clock.
Even though I am sure they are going to show at some point that suite that his accusers will be in. I'm sure at some point they'll show that.
I mean, I don't know. I hope they'll at least talk about the Deshaun Watson thing. They should.
Yeah, they will.
They will, and
They will for the rest of the year.
And I think they should. I think we deserve it. I think that's our punishment for signing him. I really do. Like you have to listen to it. Like that's just.
Do you think that's a detail they worked out in the suspension? They were like, look, not only is he gone for 11 games, but we get to talk shit all we want about you for the rest of the season.
No, I think that's just a given when you have 23 allegations.
It just comes with the
yeah.
Great outlook.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's something that we have to expect, and it's something that like I wanted to talk about that a little bit because it really pissed me off the other day. I was listening to the 92.3 The Fan, and some guy called in. I told you guys about it, but some guy called in and was talking about how much it warms his heart to know that Deshaun Watson's going to be our quarterback now, and that we finally have a great quarterback and all this shit. And it's just so heartwarming to know that we're not going to have to suffer through bad quarterback play anymore. And I just thought of Dan, and no, I'm kidding. But no, but I think
called in.
But I think that's my thing is like you can be like everybody is either in one camp or the other, where it's like you either hate the Browns for signing Deshaun Watson, or you love Deshaun Watson and you think that the women are all like gold diggers or some shit. Like it's like there's a middle ground here. There's like something where you can be a Browns fan and acknowledge the fact that we sold our soul to win more football games by signing a guy who's a piece of shit. You don't have to be a Browns fan. You don't have to like swoon over Deshaun Watson and act like he's God's gift to the earth or a hero like Dan Brown.
It's bad enough that we have Deshaun Watson. I just hope Kanye doesn't come out in support of it. I mean, we don't need any worse publicity at this point.
I mean, it is weird. I know I saw LeBron yesterday said something about, and it's a weird comparison to compare something that Kyrie Irving did a couple of weeks ago to something that Jerry Jones did 65 years ago. But LeBron questioned reporters and said, why does he keep getting questions about Kyrie Irving and he doesn't get any questions about Jerry Jones?
You know what? Kyrie Irving was yesterday. Yeah. And look, that Jerry Jones thing is probably terrible, but that had to be back in the 1800s. I mean, that fucking guy is old.
Also, right? Kyrie Irving is an ex-teammate. He's an NBA player. It's kind of a stupid question to ask, but I don't know why anybody would connect him to Jerry Jones to ask him questions about Jerry Jones. Like,
yeah, why didn't you ask me about Jerry? Hey,
that part of it didn't make any sense, but I do get what he's saying is that the Jerry Jones thing didn't get much publicity. Like, he didn't really have to answer for it much. Like, I don't know. I would like to know more than what he said about that situation. Like, was he?
Hey, put that comment up from Marty. I appreciate that right there.
Sure. Look.
Kanye, LeBron, Jerry.
You know, and Cooking with Scott has gone through its own controversies at times. So
Yeah.
I stand in solidarity with everybody against those people. So
Yeah. I saw yesterday morning. I was watching CNN, and I saw Don Lemon. Don Lemon, who's usually like the guy who everybody says is like the woke warrior, get into some shit yesterday with the women on the show because they were arguing about the U.S. women and men's soccer teams and their pay. And whatever, he was talking about how he actually said at one point, he covered it by saying it was a joke, but he actually said at one point that men's sports are just more interesting. And that was...
I mean, he's not wrong.
I don't know how they pay anybody to play soccer. Holy, I watched that World Cup, the first one.
Yeah, we can
Saturday or whatever
we
it
can
was.
have this. We can go ahead and have this discussion.
Let's have this conversation.
We
Soccer.
might let's just bring
You
it
know
up.
what's worse than soccer? You know what's worse than soccer? Women's soccer.
That's not
Actually,
appropriate.
the
Probably
US
better.
women, I would
I'd
rather
rather
watch
watch
the US
women's soccer if I had to.
I'd
watch
rather watch the U.S. women's team than the U.S. men's team.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
But
I'd rather see what infomercial is on than watch either of those games.
Right, but
Well,
if you had to watch one,
well, what I'm telling you is that you're wrong. Soccer is one of the most exciting sports there is, and
where?
if
Well,
you don't,
Where?
if you
In
don't-
countries that don't have football. In
If
countries
you
that
don't-
don't have football. In countries that barely have baseball.
you're just like, if anybody from a foreign country were to see this recording, which they're clearly not going to, but if they did, they would just
Barely have
see.
any nationals that see this fucking podcast.
They would just see this dumbass
There are
with his
literally
shitty
half a
internet.
dozen of people that watch this show every week. Half a dozen. Tim just pops in for about 10 minutes to say hello and just to see his comment up. Marty pops in to make a wise comment. Bill Stone pops in to say, "Hey, you guys going to the fun stop?"
Oh my god, that's too funny.
And all of them and all of them hate your internet, Dan. That's
And
but
all of them love the goddamn movie Draft
You know
Day.
the thing about I'm
no,
okay. Here's my deal about the
I'd
world.
rather watch MLS soccer than watch that damn movie.
I think they're missing an opportunity here in that because as soccer is like the world sport or whatever, it's the most popular thing. I think they're really missing an opportunity in this World Cup to like settle some shit. These countries that are playing each other, they should have something on the fucking table. Then I would be more interested in watching.
Well, just
Like if you had
keep an eye on
Ukraine and
those.
Russia play each other, there should be some kind of settlement on the table.
Well, just keep
Nobody
an eye on
got
those Iranian soccer players because I'm sure it's not going to be great for them when they get back. They have been known to do messed up shit to their international athletes when they come back home. So I feel bad for them. No, but soccer to me is, if you don't understand it, that's fine. But
I
you have to understand
the concept of it.
But you have to understand that, like, literally every other country in the world, it's their favorite sport, other than us. So,
Yeah, because those other countries don't have football.
No,
They don't have American football.
they could definitely have football. They definitely could have football.
Are you saying they could have football and yet they actively reject it?
They could have football. A lot of them do have baseball. A lot of them do have basketball.
And they still like soccer.
Canada's favorite sport is probably hockey.
Curling.
And they have a football league. So that's a dumb
They have their
argument.
own football. They've made up their own.
But I will say the reason why I love World Cup soccer in particular is it's just like that United States and Iran game. They have basically what the last, I don't know, it seemed like the last half of the second half of the game, anyways, the 45 minutes or 55 minutes, somewhere around there.
I'll take your word for it. I was asleep.
But they had that amount of time. It came down like the last 10 seconds of the last 10 minutes of the match. It came down to where like it was 10 minutes that Iran had to score a goal or go home for 4 years. Like you can't tell me that's not exciting. Like that's incredible.
You know what? You didn't know it was the last 9 minutes because they were playing in super secret time. We're not going to tell you when it's going to end.
Super secret time.
Yeah, I kept hearing, "Hey, we got at least a couple minutes left."
It shows you how much injury time there is, and then the last couple minutes was because there was a stoppage called after the injury time was already set.
Why not just stop the clock?
Because
that's
not how it works.
Really quick.
No,
Thank
no,
you. Thank you for
no.
listening to
I'm
the
not
time.
letting you hijack this
I didn't
bullshit.
realize that question
No.
was
Also,
gonna cause
yes,
so much
just
anxiety.
stop the
No.
clock fixes all their problems. That literally
No.
fixes everything.
You know what
Stop
doesn't
the
fix
fucking
their
clock.
problems? You know what doesn't fix their problems?
Yeah,
The
having a
fact
team
that-
sport.
The fact that it's older than any of our fucking sports and we don't get to decide how it's played.
I know, but
That's
It's not
it.
older than wrestling. It's
Same
not
rules
older than
for
wrestling.
It's definitely older than your shitty ass wrestling.
no.
Hey, I wrestled in high school. It wasn't older than that shit.
Yeah, but that wasn't sanctioned. You just did that for fun.
Hey, hold on a second. Hold on.
Don't. If he comes back on
What
the
is
screen
this?
wearing a singlet, I am out.
What is this? Why
I
is
don't
this
know.
why is this dot getting bigger and bigger?
Boom.
What is that?
Oh my
You know
god!
what that says? You know what that says?
Tell me.
4-year varsity wrestler.
You know what that says? Peaked in high school. That's what that says.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, really? Hold on.
What the fuck are we doing here?
You know what
Holy
this says? You know what this says? Boom. Dan
glamour
Brown,
shots!
dry bar comp. You want to see something else that Dan Brown has up here? Hold
Oh
on.
my god! Where?
Check
What are we doing? A
Boom.
tour?
Who's that guy? Who's that guy? That
What
was
guy?
on his fence
Can't see him.
outside of a Walmart.
He's on.
All right. We're not just advertising for Dan Brown's accomplishments here. Let's move on. All right, Browns game this
In
weekend
Houston.
in Houston.
Which I'm sure the NFL is loving. They
Like
love
40,
it.
probably 41-7. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Do you think we're gonna win?
Oh, we're gonna blow. They're the worst team. They're one of the worst teams ever. Like we're gonna blow them out.
No. That's why that right there is why I say we'll lose. That's why we're gonna lose. And it'll be
Because I say that we're gonna blow them out.
no, it's because that seems to be the pervasive attitude. And you know what? Anytime that happens, anytime there's games this year we should have won. There's no reason for us to have lost. And you know what? We lost because the defense takes a fucking nap, right? And it doesn't even matter. Those guys are still NFL football players, and it only takes a couple of catches and throws or missed tackles, and you're fucking down 14 or 21 points.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, but you know who else thought that they were going to blow Houston out? The 9 other teams that have blown them out this year. That's
Well, when I see the Browns do it, I'll be happy.
Those 9 other teams are not the Cleveland Browns. I'd hate to tell you that.
Right.
Okay.
well,
I think we're going to win. I don't think it's going to be a full blowout. I think it's going to be 25-15.
In the last play of the game. Last
Two
play of the game.
2 picks by Watson, by the way.
But the last play of the game is gonna be a crazy touchdown by Deshaun Watson. While there goes my heroes playing in the background. Do you guys hear my laugh? I sound like fucking Muttley when I laugh right now.
Why are you sick too?
No, I was, and I still have like in my chest. I'm still coughing up phlegm and shit every once in a while. It's pretty bad.
Mm. So David Njoku is out this week.
What?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
When did that come up?
What are you talking about? It was today they were talking about it.
What?
Yeah.
I
Either that
heard.
or I haven't refreshed my screen yet. And that's always a possibility.
Holy shit! Yeah, ruled out. Greg Newsom expected back. That's all right. Deshaun doesn't throw to the tight end anyways. He plays hero ball. He throws the wide receivers.
That's right. Amari Cooper is going to get some passes, and DPJ.
Hell yeah.
What about Schwartz in that touchdown that he had? Well, that's a confidence builder, considering he can't catch a ball. At least he can run with it.
I thought that was something interesting I wanted to talk about. Schwartz
Well, I'm glad I brought it up.
finally had a big game. And
He had a game.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm talking about with this fucking coaching staff. Like it's like oh wait, we have one of the fastest guys in the league. Maybe let's not try to make him run routes and throw him the ball. Maybe we do like we did with Travis Benjamin 10 years ago and just give him the ball in space and watch him run.
But to be fair,
it's
Travis
not-
Benjamin was also not very good on a not very good team.
No, but Travis Benjamin was the exact same player as Schwartz. He was a guy who could not catch the ball, so they would just give it to him on reverses, screens, whatever they had to do to get him the ball in space because he's one of the fastest guys in the league. And when you have one of those guys and they can't catch the ball, you got to find ways to get them the ball. I mean, look at Josh Cribbs. We did it with Josh Cribbs for years because he couldn't catch the ball.
But also look at Josh Cribbs. Once they had tape on him for a while, like after a couple years, he wasn't that special anymore.
Right. They
Like,
just took that away.
Josh
They just
Cribbs-
shut him down.
Josh
He was
Cribbs is one of the top kick returners of all time.
Oh, I'm not debating.
Yeah.
I'm not debating that,
He was
but
very special.
he was very good. I'll definitely agree. But after a couple years of his kick returns, he wasn't doing those touchdown returns anymore. He wasn't doing, he was getting 35, 40 sometimes. That was great. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, he wasn't exciting.
Blasphemy.
We talk about blasphemy. You're the one talking about soccer being one of the most entertaining sports in the fucking
Yeah.
world.
I mean,
Christ.
Who makes the most money out of any athletes?
are you going to tell me soccer? Are you going to tell me soccer athlete? Soccer
Yeah.
people?
I mean, I figured you would just know that.
No, I don't know that.
I don't follow soccer pay that much.
Yeah, they're like the top. They're like I don't know.
I thought F1 drivers made the most amount of money of any professional athlete.
No, you're thinking horse trace wrecks.
What?
You're thinking about the people on the horses.
Jockeys?
No.
Yeah.
Number one is Lionel Messi. 130 million.
You know what? Here, I told you guys this before.
Okay,
and
John,
this is
you know
not-
what, John? I want you to go in a crowded Walmart and say, "Look, there's Lionel Messi," and see how many people fucking turn their head.
Wow.
No, because the Americans are idiots. Number
I
two.
was speaking of him. Hold on a second. I was in a stadium in Barcelona, Spain, watching Lionel Messi score 5 goals in a game against Germany, and there was so many people. It was so amazing. It was so that, and I still couldn't wait to get the fuck out of that stadium. It was
Liar.
so goddamn boring. I could not
Liar.
wait to get
I
back.
think you were lying when you said 5 goals in a game.
No, he did. He scored 5 goals in a game. Should be able to Google that shit. It was in Germany.
No, I'm
against
saying
Germany.
I'm saying he's lying because he wanted to get out of that stadium because I know that was a fucking awesome time. There's no way that you wanted to get out of that stadium. There's no way. There's no possible way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
3 of the top 5 are soccer players.
3 of the top 5 most paid athletes are soccer players. That's what
Yeah,
you're
number
saying.
1 is Lionel Messi. Number 2 is LeBron James. Number 3 is Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 4 is Neymar. Number 5 is Stephen Curry. Yeah. Yep.
Is that also taking into consideration their endorsement deals?
Yes.
Okay, let's take the endorsement deals out of it.
They're still they get the biggest contracts. They get the biggest contracts out of any athletes. Yes,
Okay.
Blake, they're just finding this out. Yeah. Yeah, soccer clubs, the European Premier League has the most money out of any like sporting thing there is, other than maybe F1, but F1 doesn't pay their drivers as much as soccer stars get paid.
Blake, don't act like you've known about this bullshit.
Oh, Blake's a very intelligent man.
I'm not saying Blake's a stupid person. I'm just saying don't act like you've known about this bullshit.
About how these soccer players get paid? What is their schedule? Do they have a schedule? I always see they're in this thing or that thing, and this
Blake
guy
could probably,
here
you
and
know,
that and
Blake,
shit. And, man, I can't follow all that. How many different leagues are there?
I mean, how many countries do they go and not score goals in?
I don't know. Blake Townsend could probably beat
All of them, Dan. They fucking
I mean,
score.
James
I
Harden's a
watched that
fucking
game
hero.
against England. I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna play
Blake
against England.
Townsend. Blake Townsend could probably beat both of you in any form of Jeopardy.
Not
Jeopardy?
celebrity.
Can he kick a
What?
field goal? Right? Let me ask him that. Can you
He'll
kick
say
a
he-
field
he'll
goal,
say
Blake
he
Townsend?
can.
Can you kick one better than Mr. John Brown over
He'll
here?
say he can. He still thinks he can beat Liam in a fight. And I'm not gonna lie. I saw there was this night where we had a problem at the Funny Stop, and we had to throw a guy out, and we looked. No, he can't kick a field goal. But we had to kick a guy out, and Liam's the biggest guy there, so we all looked at Liam, and Liam had kind of a little scared look in his eye, and he was like, "No, don't look at me." And that's when I was like, "Okay, I'm pretty sure Blake could actually beat Liam in a fight." Yeah. So
That's our next production. Comedy fights.
yeah, dude, we tried to get it done already, but it didn't happen. We made flyers for it and everything. We are gonna do it at Jim Achilles' backyard.
Comedy fight?
Just specifically Blake Townsend versus Liam.
Oh.
I would
Yeah.
I would watch that. I would go to that.
Yeah.
I might sign up.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
I might throw in. Hey, could we get anybody we want to fight?
About me and W. Scott against Dan for the
At the same time?
and if we
You got to box both of us.
and if we
Oh, I'm
beat
ready.
you, and if we beat you, you have to admit the draft day was a terrible movie.
How about Dan and I play a game of soccer against you? Since we'll do that, and then if you beat us,
I'd crush you guys. I'd kick a goal before you even.
what? You would
How
beat
many
us in a
times does two of us and one of you in a game of soccer. The second you leave the goalpost, one of us could be goalie the entire time. You do realize that what's messed up with that.
and we could swap out being goalie, so we're always rested.
You'd get bored in like 5 minutes.
Oh, I would get bored. I'm bored talking about soccer now.
All right, you guys have a great day. I'm gonna get out of here. What final Brown scores? We already did it, I think. Right? We're good.
I didn't say mine. I'm going to say 24-21 Texans.
Marty, thanks for watching. Tim, thanks
All right.
for watching. Bill, Blake, thanks for watching. I think I saw Joe. Thanks for
Tim.
watching.
Folger. Yeah, Joe Varell dropped in, and then
Yep.
I think he left.
All right, guys. I'll come to Funny Stop this weekend. I'll be up there with Nick Griffin. It'll be a fun time.
Nick's a great comedian. Make sure you watch him.
Later,
Sounds
guys.
good. Go Browns. Later.